Smithy, it's been a while, but firstly, congratulations. You were won Manager of the Month for January in the National League. Proud moment for you?
Yeah, extremely. It was something in my development plan the last 2 years that I've given myself, that I really wanted to sort of try and win that. So I'm really pleased, really chuffed. Yeah, it's been really great, really good.
And what does it mean for yourself, the team, and all the staff at the club?
Yeah, and it's full credit, to the staff. It's a Manager of the Month, but it's not me. I've got all the staff working for us and the reserve staff that are about to give us players, when we've been short and stuff like that. So it's all of the staff, special mention to Lee and AD and Craig that have worked with us in the first team the last few months. So it's credit to them as well. It's been it's been a massive team effort, to be fair. It's just my name at the top of it, which is nice, but they all deserve the credit because it's been a tough couple of months over Christmas with the weather and the fixtures just coming left, right and centre, especially with the run in the FA Cup as well.
Of course, sometimes in football, winning Manager of the Month comes with a bit of a curse, but that didn't appear to be the case against Swindon.
It did for the first 25 minutes. I was thinking that. Yeah, we've discussed it. We discuss on road trips, don't we? We always look to see who's won Manager of the Month, and they always seem to lose the next game, and it's always a bit of an ongoing joke. But the curse is there. It's been there for a couple of years. So at 1-0 down at Swindon, I was a bit worried, but the players managed to turn that around. But yeah, we just we weren't great for that first 25 minutes, and we turned it on, and then luckily it sort of came together at the end.
How important then was Emily Wernham's goal just before half-time?
Yeah, massively, and I think credit to Swindon. They're second from bottom. Jamie's doing a good job there, and they're a lot better now than they were when we played them at the beginning of the season. And that just, that's credit to Jamie and what he's doing. But they had a game plan. They were hard to break down. Saints went there and they couldn't break them down for 60 minutes. So we knew it was going to be tough, and that's what Swindon did. They defended deep, but we broke them down. And Emily's goal, we should have scored a couple before that, but it was a good timing of the goal just for half time, and Emily deserved that after working so hard to close down the goalkeeper. And that sent us into the break at 1-1, and I think we sort of needed that after some of the silly mistakes that we were making, and I think that was our own problem. We were our own worst enemy a lot of that game for the first 25 minutes. But when the goal went in, it lifted the mood like it naturally would, and then at half-time, obviously we came out second half and much a better team, and we started to find pockets because Swindon were getting tired, and I think that's when the game sort of changed.
You say the game changed, and it is a bit of an old cliche in football, a game of two halves, and that will certainly seem to be the case last Sunday. And you had a bit of an inspired impact sub with bringing Erin on at half-time to grab her 9th and 10th goal of the season.
Yeah, Erin done well. She, both. The first goal was amazing. It was a bit of a solo effort. Hannah's given her the ball and she's turned on sixpence and hit it in off the bar. The second one was, if anyone's seen the highlights in Swindon, you can see it's a good team goal. We play from the back to the front, and it's all 1-2 touch, and a great finish from Erin and a great setup by Emily. But I think, to be fair, I think Loz Clark deserves it. She's the one I think came on and changed that game. She came in, played in the middle, and she just ran the show from the middle of that park. It was a shame really, because I wanted to give players a chance that hadn't had a chance the last couple of weeks, and so we rested players obviously with the fixtures that we had lined up. But I think when Loz came on, she definitely changed the game, and Erin, fantastic to come on. Great attitude by the girls as well. They want to play. Everyone wants to play. No one wants to be rested, but everyone had a great attitude that day. And it's nice to go away on the minibus, have a bit of a laugh with each other. To come back with the 3 points was really good, especially after the first 25 minutes, because it was a bit worrying.
You already highlighted it there, but you did rang in a few changes against the Robins. Was that important, considering at the start of the week you were about to have 3 games in 8 days?
Frustrating. Yeah, so we talked, the staff were all talking, and we knew we had Exeter, tough game against Exeter, then Swindon, then Saints, then Cheltenham. What 4 games? That's really tough. So we worked on resting players to make sure that no one was playing 90 minutes for those 4 games. We made sure that everyone had, a good run of time, so if they were called upon, they were ready to play. And you look back now, and Cheltenham's been changed. Saints was called off. Exeter was called off. So we've actually only played Swindon. So it's frustrating that all the work we put in 5 weeks ago didn't need to be done. But at least it shows that we were organised and we were ready to go if we did have those 4 fixtures. So it's good actually that we've come to it. We've had friendlies in the meantime, so we've had some good friendlies, training game tonight as well. So it's actually we've recovered it. And then Sunday, the girls have got Sunday off, and then obviously next week then we'll go away to Buckland.
And it shows some great preparation there by yourselves. Of course, as well, there was the big disappointment with the Southampton derby being cancelled. Just how big a game was this going to be in regards to the season as a whole?
Yeah, you look at the table, it's huge. You can sit here and say, oh no, it's not going to be top of the league clash or anything like that, and clearly it is going to be. We're second, they're top. You've got Exeter. If they win all their games in hand, they can go in the top 2. Cheltenham as well. If they start winning their games and they carry on winning, then they can go into the top 2. It's a big game, but you know what? I think like Saints have to play Exeter, they have to play Cheltenham. We have to play both teams. I think Larkhall, they've sort of turned it on the last few months as well, so it's going to be tight at the top. And the main thing is these fixtures. Like, we're quite lucky where we've been organised and we've played our fixtures at other grounds, and I know that's not great for our fans because they can't just come around the corner and watch us because we're playing in Basingstoke or in Havant and things like that during our fixtures. But I think the good side of that is that we've played our fixtures, so we're not going to have a backlog of 7 games like some of the other teams have got. Saints are in, they're still in 1 cup final, 1 cup semi-finals. That's 2 or 3 extra games they've got on top of us. So it's going to be a very, very tough run-in. So I'm glad that we've played a lot more games than some of the others. But it's going to be huge against Saints. We want a big crowd as well. Like, they get big crowds week in, week out. We were ready. We were ready on Wednesday, so we wanted a game on. It was just the storm came in, obviously, and that ruined the pitch at Eastleigh. So it would have been nice to play that on Wednesday. But hopefully we'll get it rearranged as soon as we can. And like I said, we're ready to play. We're ready.
And what's the sort of feeling and the thinking going to be going into sort of next week? Because the girls, like you say, they've got the Sunday off, but next week all restarts, just aiming for that game against Buckland.
Yeah, I think it's done. The players know that, and that's why we've given them a tough game today, and then they'll have Sunday off just to recover, because it's been quite hard psychologically the last few weeks because we've asked a lot of the players. So we could have a friendly on Sunday and play that somewhere, but there's no point. We just want to give them the day off, spend the time with their family and their friends, and then come back next week and train really hard. Buckland's going to be tough. Jamie's gone in there, he's doing really well there, and it's a long way to go. Do we do an overnighter and stuff like that? And then we've got to look at the logistics and the money for the club, because we don't have the backing of anyone, so we have to sort of bring in the money ourselves. So it's a big week for us logistically behind the scenes, but the players have got Sunday off. They don't need to worry about anything, and they can just come back to training on Tuesday and hopefully hit the ground running and take it into Buckland.